Have you ever walked into a room and felt like someone was watching you, even when you were completely alone? What if that feeling wasn't just fear, but a hidden message trying to save your life? In a quiet town on the edge of Yorkshire, there lived a young man named Elias Rowan. Elias was intelligent, ambitious, and always searching for success, but he carried one weakness. He never believed in anything he could not see. One winter night, Elias stayed late at his office. The streets were empty. The fog was thick, and the sound of the old clock tower striking midnight echoed through the air. As he walked down the narrow alley toward his apartment, he felt something unusual, as if invisible footsteps followed his own. He stopped. Silence. He took another step. This time, the sound of a second footstep echoed right behind him. Fear wrapped around his chest. "It's just my imagination," he whispered, but deep inside something felt wrong. When Elias reached his door, he noticed it was already slightly open. He was certain he had locked it. Heart racing, he pushed it open and stepped inside. The apartment was cold, unnaturally cold. His papers were scattered on the floor, and on his desk lay a single candle, burning faintly, though he never lit it. And there, on the wall, written in ash, were the words, "Wake up." Before it's too late, at that moment, Elias felt a chill run through his entire body. He wanted to scream, but his voice was trapped in his throat. He backed away slowly, and that's when he saw that his own reflection in the mirror was smiling back at him, though he wasn't smiling. Panic surged. He slammed the mirror down, shattering it into pieces. But the words on the wall seemed to burn brighter. "Wake up before it is too late." Terrified, Elias spent the night locked in his bathroom, huddling by the sink. Each creak of the old house made him jump. He tried to convince himself it was all in his head, just stress from work. But as dawn broke and the first rays of sunlight crept in, he saw a faint outline of footprints leading from his front door, across the room, up the wall, and then disappearing. They were not his. He was not insane. Someone or something was in his apartment. The next morning, Elias called the police, but they found nothing unusual. No signs of forced entry, no missing items, no trace of anyone else. They said it was a prank, a trick of the light. But Elias knew better, felt something dark and dangerous lurking just outside his sight, watching him. Afraid to stay in the apartment alone, he moved in with a friend. Days turned into weeks. Elias couldn't focus on work. Every noise, every shadow, made him think he was being followed. Was he losing his mind? Then one day, while exploring the town, he stumbled upon an antique shop filled with old books and trinkets. As he browsed, he found a small, intricately carved wooden box. The shopkeeper told him it was just an old cigar box, but Elias felt drawn to it. Maybe it was the box art depicting strange symbols or the shopkeeper's oddly knowing smile. Whatever it was, Elias bought the box, brought it home, and locked it in his closet.